Hi, Bambi.
That one's got a chunk missing out of his ear.
Hey, buddy. Hi. Come here, puppy. Good dog.
Where are you going?
Hi.
Here.
Down on my luck, I feel like a fool. Can't shoot straight when I go shoot pool.
And there we go. Not too bad, but I did have to find the right receiver screws. My old drink would tilt when I drive, and I hate that. This one looks like it won't do that. And it's got a wider mouth, so water bottles will fit in it a lot better. I did place a shirt over the tank. It only took me about 3 or 4 times of dropping screws before I said I better do that. And you would think after last week I had a small incident that put a micro dent, like teeny tiny, won't see it unless I tell you, on one of the bikes. I'm not going to tell you which one. So you'd think I'd learned my lesson, and I only mention it because it's so easy to scratch or dent a tank, and it's not that hard to put a shirt or a coat or a towel on top of it. Know where your towel is. And there's how she looks installed. We'll give her a quick test. I definitely think that's an improvement. And I was talking to my friend Jim about a new collar. He was suggesting chrome with the setup, and I think I agree with him. I think the black collar would be lost. Anyway. And that's what it looks like, halo and running lights on the signals. Looks pretty good. Should light up the road pretty well. Might have to come out here this week and look at pointing it. I think it looks okay, but I want to make sure. Now we're driving into the Missouri River and the bridge that goes over it. Milestone marker for Chamberlain, South Dakota. And one of the places that as we typically ride towards the hills is the place that gets me giddy. We're on our way to Owl's Oasis. One of my favorite places to just take a look at when I'm in South Dakota. I remember going cross country with my parents, and this was one of our stops, Owl's Oasis. I'm sure that you'll know what these are, but it's interesting. You'll see it in the parking lot. These are hitching posts, and while our chrome horses may not require them, the horses of yesteryear certainly did. It's very cool that they've got them out here. So we are in one of my favorite places, Wall Drug. You have to stop here if you're in South Dakota. Just full of really cool stuff. So if you're not familiar with Wall Drug, you're probably not familiar with... It's okay. I was going to try to peer pressure you to get up on that guy with the jackalope. But that is the mythical jackalope. Come on, Jim, for the channel.
You know, I'm sorry to say there's not enough pressure to get me up there.
What is that? One of these things is not like the other.
We're in
What-
Indian territory.
What is that, mister?
We're in Indian territory.
Wowza. Here is the vacation bourbon. Belite Frontier Whiskey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It is 45% alcohol, 90 proof. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Oh, it's truly a shame because this is delicious. I really like it, and I'm not sure I can get it at home. We are outside of the Badlands National Park in South Dakota, making our way down to Custer, and it is just a beautiful area. Just beautiful. And if you've not been here, we went through the Badlands, just a corner of it. We're trying to beat some rain down south, but it's otherworldly here and just beautiful. And we're winding up a busy day of riding. What did we put in? 250 miles today at the Buffalo Bodega, which is kind of a normal stop for me in Deadwood. Although this is the first time I've ever seen the garage door down. Even in the previous years when I made it in May, they've got this wide open. So it is a little chilly this weekend, but it hasn't stopped us from having fun. We are near the top of Mount Moriah Cemetery. There is higher ground where Seth Bullock is laid to rest, but this is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful cemeteries that I've ever seen. And you might ask, well, why would I visit a cemetery on vacation? Let's just say it has some strong ties to my fraternity and leave it at that. But wow, what do you got to say, Jim?
It's speechless.
Yeah. We're at a place called the Boar's Nest, about to get barbecued. It doesn't get any better than this. We had a great trip, but sometimes you get a reminder that not everything is in your control. And a reminder that you should always carry zip ties in your bike. This is why. First, we lost the outer ring on my bike, and so I got to go buy a replacement to receive the ring. But for whatever reason, the Hogworks headlight enclosure started vibrating loose, and I lost one of my screws there. Sure, it's no surprise to many of you that I have more than just one screw loose. I had a great trip with my friends and bandmates, Jim and Andrea. I made the conscious decision not to take a GoPro and not to worry about recording as I was riding. There was a few reasons for that. One is there's a couple of additional trips I'll be taking this year, one of which will take me back to the Black Hills. But things have been a little bit chaotic, and I just really needed the R&R. And not worrying about needless things. So while I am excited to show my YouTube friends the adventures I go on, this trip was for me.
and I hope you all understand. There will be a lot more coolness to come. And in that vein, I want to part ways today by saying the same things that I always do. Take time to see the beautiful things that are around you every day, or you might just miss something.